close, but and now in Streamlabs OBS window. Streamlabs OBS 1.0.
Let's go.
You are currently on
What
text
is up,
only,
everybody?
inside
It
web
is
content.
the
To
Emmit
exit
Douglas
this web
show.
area, press
We're waiting for
Control,
this to
Option,
stop talking.
Shift,
We're
up
gonna make
arrow.
sure everything is popping here. We have a bunch of stuff to get to. Obviously, we're gonna talk about Tim Tebow. We're also gonna be going
YouTube,
in
now
about
dismiss, dimmed button. You are currently
a
on button inside of
horse.
content. This item is dimmed.
I
To
know.
exit this web
We're
area,
gonna be talking
press
about the
Control, Option,
Kentucky
Shift,
Derby.
up arrow.
I'm not really a horse racing guy, you could say, but this story is just kind of too interesting not to avoid. And we're also gonna talk about. We're gonna get some NBA going. All right, let's tweet this. Actually, I'll check Streamlabs real quick, make sure they tweet it out because they're supposed to do that. And then we're gonna hop into this Tim Tebow thing. And now, how's your guys' day going? How's your Tuesday, May 11th going? Mine's going pretty well. If you get, I'm sure you guys don't care, but you know, someone will probably ask me anyway. So, all right, we're gonna tweet this out over here.
Doc. Messages. Quick nav off. Action. Quick nav on. Quick nav off. Launchpad. Map. Safari. Safari. Start page. Window. Customizations button. Doc. Safari. Start page. Window. Customizations button. Close all windows. Doc. Safari. Start page. Window. U. A zero. Selection. Y. O. U. T. U. E. https://www.
All right, we're gonna tweet this out real quick.
Skip
how
navigation button. Search with your voice.
If you guys
button.
want to be a part of the
Search
show,
button. Create but YouTube app notification account
obviously,
profile photo that
that's
opens
YouTube.
list.
Y'all
Emmit
can
Nosy,
comment.
Emmit Douglas at link. Manage your Google account.
Or
Visit
you can
link. Your chat account profile photo that
follow
opens
me on
list of
Twitter.
alternate accounts.
That's at
Menu
Emmit
pop-up
Nosy04.
button banner.
E2
You are currently on a
M's
button.
and I and a
To
T
display a list of options, press Control,
4.
Option, end of main.
Same
You are
Instagram
currently on
username,
main.
both out
Inside
the
of web
04.
content,
It's
edit
just
channel
Emmit
or
Nosy.
edit profile. Emmit 69 link. Home. Video playlist. Videos selected. Channel. About search button. Upload link. Sort by heading. Action menu. Heading level 3 link. The Emmit Douglas Show 5/11 by Emmit Nosy. No views. You are currently
Are we gone?
complimentary YouTube video player group. You are currently on a group.
E2 M's and I and a T NOSEE04. Alright, we good. Alright, but we have a bunch to get to on the menu today. I need to, you know, make sure Streamlabs doesn't screw me over more. That would be a start to this.
To pause, mute, one auto, set mini,
It's
fear
weird,
mode,
they
airplay,
say-
full screen, enter, more option, learn more, but say something, custom emoji, leaving friend, like this video, dislike, share,
They
button,
say they're gonna,
cancel, heading, list box,
you know,
button,
tweet Streamlab
HTTPS
for me.
copy
And
button,
it's only done it once.
HTTPS copy
It's not
button,
even the YouTube link, it's the
HTTPS,
Streamlab link,
close
which
all
is
win, doc,
weird.
Safari, https://
Never had that before,
home,
but you know,
account,
I'm new to
emoji,
this. We're gonna
more,
get used to
menu
it.
pop-up collapsed button, NBA players topic, everyone can reply, button. You add emoji, menu pop-up button. You are currently on a timeline, no top tweet ever add tweet text, edit text, N, insertion at end of word, a main. End of beginning of text, new end of text, new line. What's happening? Emmit, mute, Siri, mute, audio, Emmit, button, candidate bar, Emmit, D. O U G L A Emmit H show is O N on paste.
All right, so we're gonna hop into it.
Mute tab leave and tweet button. Your tweet was set doc.
Go back.
Stream Twitter Streamlabs OBS.
Get back to Stream. All right.
OBS window.
So
dismiss dimmed button.
this
You are
first
currently on
story
button.
here
Inside
is
of editor alert box live new and themes apps get prime dashboard cloud layout editor studio get help settings headed 19 day 19 mag 2 months 2 Lail G has subscribed.
it's just okay.
You are
We're gonna
currently on
talk
text
about
only.
here
Inside of web
is
content. To exit this web area,
this
press
Tim
Control,
Tebow
Option,
thing.
Shift, up
Now
arrow.
this is a very weird story, and I obviously if you got, I'm explaining this to you guys. I'm sure you guys know the logistics behind this story already. It's been a thing since yesterday, but basically Tim Tebow has signed a contract with the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is a 1-year deal, and it's not like a thing yet, but it's most likely going to happen. So my thoughts on this, all right? Okay, first of all, why does this guy always get the chance? I think he has an addiction to being a professional athlete, because he had this opportunity, what was it, 2012, right? Yeah, 2012, when quarterback didn't pan out, and he's like, no, I'm going to go in baseball. People could argue against me with that one. I just think that. Goes to baseball, does that for a while, doesn't succeed, right? Now he's on his last leg of I have to, I have to be a player. And obviously, since Urban Meyer is a thing in the NFL now, he's going to do that. If Urban Meyer wasn't the head coach, we can all agree Tim Tebow would not be a thing. And, people compare this to Kaepernick. I completely disagree with that. Just because this is way different. This is just bro code, and the guy literally switched positions. Apparently, Tim Tebow and Urban Meyer are pretty tight. So Urban signs Tim Tebow. And it just proves to show how much of a connection there is in the NFL. My one comparison to this situation is it's kind of like the media business. You kind of have to know people, and that's how Tim Tebow got back to Jacksonville. And do I agree? Do I like Tebow? I don't have an issue with the guy. I think he's a good guy. Do I think it should be a 33-year-old tight end in the NFL? Probably not. This guy gets a lot of second chances, alright? He could have been a tight end years ago, and the reason why I'm not too upset about it is he might not make the team, but knowing Urban Meyer, he probably will make the team. And, I think he is gonna, it's just they don't really have tight ends. So, this is really the spot for him to do it. And, without Urban Meyer, like I said, this wouldn't be a thing. Now, I just don't understand why he has to sign these, Urban Meyer, he's so attached to these guys, where he just, throws Tim Tebow a 1-year deal to play tight end. He's never played that position. He's 33 years old, alright? 33, 2 threes. Hasn't played a game of football in 9 years. He's been a baseball guy. And I think the funniest thing about this whole signing is something I saw on Twitter today. Someone knew somebody who said that someone that they know, this might be them, I don't know, but someone they know thinks that Tim Tebow's going to be a good tight end just because he can catch because he played baseball. Unfortunately, that's not how that works. You need to be there's so much, kind of angst, or not, a horrible word for that. There's so much, detail that you need. There's so much detail. There's so much fine-tuning you need to be an NFL player. And I personally think, Tim Tebow, he hasn't played tight end, not even in college. And if this position change was going to be successful, this would have happened 9 years ago. Back in 2012, when it didn't work out as a quarterback. I think he has, he just needs to be in the NFL. But the thing is, though, with my opinion on, it not being fair, I don't like the signing, but I also realize that NFL is a business. NFL is full of, I have connections to this guy. So you can't be too mad at that, but... And also, people are like, well, cool, good for him. What the Jaguars have all these tight ends, wealthy. They don't. If there's some young guy that they're doing this to, I don't think Tim's going to start. He might be a blocker. You don't know what Tim Tebow's going to do. I don't think he's starting. But, you just get... I don't like the signing. I just don't... it's not that I don't like it. It's not my favorite. Let me reward that for the better. And why do I think Urban Meyer's doing this? First of all, because the NFL is a big connection. You have to have connections. That's a lesson in life, all right? And I don't know if you guys knew this. I actually found this out from... shout out to Jason Cole on Twitter, by the way. I talking to him about this. We got into a thing on Twitter. And did you know Patrick Surtain and Teddy Bridgewater had a connection to the Broncos GM? That's why he picked him up. Now, if these connections actually work, I have no issue with them. I don't know. I don't see it working with Tim Tebow, but maybe the Surtain connection or the Teddy Bridgewater connection could still work. But, off that. And something that I also saw that I completely disagree with on Tim Tebow. It's a fan thing. No, it's not. Well, yes, it is to an extent. All right, it's definitely. I think it's about 85% connection and 15% of the Tebow heads. And people saw these Tebow heads on Twitter are like, it's gonna sell tickets. Will he make the team? Will he be a starter? I'm not gonna personally. If Urban Meyer thinks this way, I actually kind of understand it. I've never met a single Jacksonville Jaguars fan in my life. I don't even know. I can't even think of one. So maybe that's where he's thinking. Like, maybe these Tebow heads will come out and support the game. And support the Jaguars, which they probably want. But it's mostly connection. It's also something to do with, being a fanboy in the NFL. And, if Tim Tebow wants to be a 33-year-old tight end, I get it. It's whatever. I don't see him, making, like, superstar contribution, like, Travis Kelce type numbers. Who knows? He might just be a blocker. He might not make the team. Like I said, we don't know. Next up here, it is the Emmit Douglas show. But how about this? Last week, I talked about my concern for the Los Angeles Lakers. And, at the time, AD was looking... Let's just say he was looking a little rusty. And he's starting to pick it up. So you may be asking... I believe I had myself at a 75% that the Lakers won't make the championship, 25% they did. I was pretty worried and drawn in that the Lakers weren't going to do good. And my answer to that, God, yes. The thing is here, Anthony Davis, has he been doing good? Yes. But first of all, I'm not going to bring LeBron into this for my first point. Let's just say, can AD carry this team on his back in the playoffs? No, because LeBron James has been battling this ankle injury. Reports are it's not going to get better for a long time. And do I think his ankle will hold up for these 2 months or whatever that the NBA playoffs are going to go on and make it all the way? No, and AD can't do everything himself. I'm still concerned. AD's doing great. So far, a couple games. The West is, kind of wide open. I always question the Clippers just because their playoff success is like kind of non-existent. Suns, maybe not. Jazz, another big question mark there. I would see, the Jazz or Clippers or Suns getting it before the Lakers just because they're more healthy. But the thing is, the Clippers aren't that healthy. Kawhi's been battling injuries for a lot of the season. I didn't know this, because, Clippers aren't really the big storyline unless you're listening to Clippers fans. He missed 9 to 10 games due to a foot injury, which is a pretty substantial amount of games, if you ask me. If you want to be a part of the show, Twitter, EmmittNosey04, EmmitNosey04, or of course the chat, which I've been horrible at checking. Here, I'm gonna log on and check that right now. And where I never had really, for say, the Lakers a first round bounce. I kind of had that in my last stream. Maybe I kind of floated that. I think they're giving maybe a second round team. I think they could get eliminated second round. I just don't see them being a first round exit. That's just too much for me, especially if they make it in that play-in tournament. And they play the Knicks tonight, which is gonna be crazy. I'm definitely gonna watch that game. Maybe I'll give you guys my live reactions to that on Twitter, by the way. I did a whole kind of segment on this Lakers team last week. But the real question here is, will my thing go up? Will my percentage of the Lakers not winning it go up or down? Personally, 75% still. 75% they're not making it all the way. LeBron could, come out and just do LeBron things even though he's crippled and win the playoffs, and I could be proven wrong. But I'm not going to change my mind on this. I don't like to change my mind, and I wholeheartedly believe this. I'm sorry. It's just, you know, I had the Lakers actually going back-to-back this year, and, you know, injuries to LeBron James happened. 36-year-old LeBron, 37-year-old LeBron, however old he is. People are like, he's coming back tomorrow. He's not going to be a full 100%. I'm not buying into that. So, yeah. How about this? Aaron Rodgers. I talked about another story I talked about last week, but these stories are kind of still in the media. Aaron Rodgers. Now, I was kind of team Aaron Rodgers. I still am, you know, team trade him. But my opinion has changed on this situation. This is one where I will change my mind. It's not really about the trade or anything, because my opinion on where he should go is still there. Broncos or Raiders. I don't think the Niners would do it, but that's still there. And my Aaron Rodgers characters are a little iffy. Because, you know, I was kind of think about it, right? I was doing my research, you know, prepping, you know, scrolling through Twitter. That Twitter's if you can, you know, separate the real from the fake, it's a good source, you know, prep for this. And I was going through, and I was listening, you know, radio like I do a lot, and Aaron Rodgers was kind of in the same boat. Like, this is the same exact situation, but I think Aaron Rodgers is much better than Brett Favre. Sorry, Aaron Rodgers is much better than Jordan Love. And this, my opinion, is changed on Aaron Rodgers' character. Just the way he called out his GM in the group chat, allegedly, that's, you know, uncool. And I think, you know, if I were the Packers, and if I were the Packers, I'd try and, you know, really work something out. But, you know, I still think trade him. But, you know, something else that happened is Davante Adams, Packers star receiver. His future's on the line with Green Bay. He said on Colin Cowherd's The Herd, I don't know. If Aaron Rodgers leaves, that's my guy. Which is fair enough. And, you know, the Packers are probably, well, I think they're really going to try hard even more to keep Aaron Rodgers here. Just because they don't want, the whole team might be gone. And I saw this one trade rumor yesterday that I just do not like and I do not buy into. For Aaron Rodgers, it was a Los Angeles Raiders trade offer. Derek Carr, obviously that's going in. Josh Jacobs and 3 first-round picks. The Packers already have their running back of the future, Aaron Jones. They just paid him. They're not going to trade for Josh Jacobs. You might have to give up someone who you don't want to give up here. Maybe a receiver, maybe it's someone, or maybe, you know, you're going to have to add more picks or some more role players. That's what's just going to have to happen. I just don't know why the Packers would accept Josh Jacobs. Unless they're going to flip him or Aaron Jones, then I don't see a point. I just don't get it. Why did you trade your running back? Anything else I want to cover on this story? We talked about where I had to go last week. Something else I want to cover here about the story. I completely spaced this. I don't know if you guys saw this, but supposedly the Packers thought that teams are tampering with Aaron Rodgers. No way, no how. Why? Because the guy, you know, the Packers have had some very questionable moves in the front office, like the A.J. Dillon draft. No issue with the guy. Why did you draft him? You have Aaron Jones. And now you're paying Aaron Jones. And, you know, some of their calls, they're not... Aaron Rodgers is genuinely mad. And like I said last episode, he's been mad for a while. I think he's been mad since the NFC Championship game, where, you know, he wasn't, you know, the clutchest, you could say, but he still, you know, could have had that one more chance on 4th down to go for it. They shouldn't have won that. Tom Brady threw 3 interceptions. That's just crazy to me. And, yeah, we're going to move on from Aaron Rodgers to some baseball. Now, actually, before I hop into Trevor Bauer and the Dodgers, I want to talk about the cheating Astros. Now, this is kind of a story that I was going to save for the next pod. like a week ago. It's kind of out of date, but I still want to bring it up. The F Altuve chants, first of all. Oh, man. So good. So good. It's just in... That leads me into the next thing. The Astros fans, the fans are bullying us. Basically what they're saying. Stop it. Really? You're telling me y'all cheated. Y'all were proven guilty. And no remorse or no punishment, was given by Rob Manfred. Y'all showed no remorse. And these fans, you expect these people who the Dodgers could have had a 2017 World Series victory if you guys weren't the cheating Astro scumbags. I'm sorry. I'm a Dodgers fan. I don't like this. I don't like the Astros. But man, you can't. They had it coming to them. That's all my point is. And when the Dodgers and the Astros play in a couple weeks at Dodger Park or Dodger Stadium, it's gonna get real with those Dodgers fans. And the chants, if you want me to be honest, is the trash can's kind of funny. Yeah, it is. That one, I could understand if someone gets hurt by that. But the F Altuve chants, your kid's hearing it, whatever. I get it. I get the disgruntled, and I think it's all the anger is kind of built up over the year of COVID, where obviously none of us were able to go to these live sporting events, and we have had the same outcome last year, maybe a little less, but it's just kind of in full effect this year, as we went a year without fans, and they got proven guilty, I believe, right before the COVID. So it's just fans, taking out all their anger on the Astros. So, from the Astros, we move over to the Dodgers. Obviously, Dodgers have been choking away lately. The is in full effect. Now, Trevor Bauer went on to say he's pissed. And some Dodgers fans are arguing, well, you didn't want to come here. I don't blame the guy. It's the batting is just horrible. Y'all are blowing leads. Y'all almost lost to the Angels, and you're up 13-0 on Saturday. I don't blame the guy. I mean, yes, we have some pretty bad injury issues right now. Cody Bellinger is looking like he's going to return soon, which is some good news. I'm not ready to write the Dodgers out. It's only May, but they need to do something quick before, unfortunately, we do have to write them out. Because it's just, yeah, you just have to play win baseball to win. And Trevor Bauer's comments are, I understand why people are, fed up with these Trevor Bauer comments. I get it. But he's just showing his appreciation. You have to give Trevor Bauer credit for, stepping out. And he's not doing it in a good way. He's just saying he's mad. I mean, he might be blaming himself. And, he came here to win, which, is the truth. He did come here to win, I guess. Obviously. I mean, you go to any franchise to win, so of course, when they lose, they're going to be mad at losing. That's just self-explanatory to me. You're obviously, the goal of sports is trying to win. So, I don't get the overreaction by that, and I don't blame Trevor Bauer for being a little bit fed up with their play lately, and as long as he doesn't, start to get toxic, I have no issues. If he, uses this to, guide the team to victory, we have the Mariners tonight. I hope, we can stop this series losing streak and pull this couple game series off into our favor, and, maybe kind of build some momentum from this and go in and do something. That's what I hope happens. But coming up now, I kind of want to make this into a bit on the show, on this podcast, where, this podcast, I'll talk to you about this before we hop into this trade I saw recently. Now, this is I've been doing this once a week, but I want to try and as I get better at this, I want to try and branch out to 2 shows a week, 2, 3 during the NFL season, if I have time, maybe even 4. But honestly, I think we're gonna shift over to 2 days a week. I hope, because I really enjoy doing this, and first of all, I could talk about a lot more, and it would still be kind of relevant, because I'm sure some of this stuff is gonna be not we're not gonna be talking about this in like a week, like the Trevor Bauer comments. That's the first one. If I were to just record my show on like Saturday and this happened and I only had that story, I just want to do it to, make the content better and more reliable for you guys, if that makes sense, and more quick to it. And obviously, if a major story, if Aaron Rodgers were to get traded, and I'd obviously hop on, and there'd be a show dedicated to that. But that's what I want to say. Now, here's an interesting trade for you guys. The Blazers straight up trading Damian Lillard to the Clippers in exchange for Paul George. Where did I see this? I saw this on the Straight Fire with Jason McIntyre, and his producer, co-host, Rob Guerra, offered this trade out, and I'm a Blazers fan, so why not react to this, alright? I'm very mixed on this trade, because I think that Damian Lillard has more value than playoff pandemic P, and I don't know if I'm quite ready to move on from Dame Lillard yet. I think the dude's good. I think that, and the dude, he's probably not going to want to leave Portland. I mean, I think, if you follow me on Twitter, I tweeted this. We need to move on from Terry Stotts. I hope that report comes true. We've been second round elimination, first round elimination, besides for like the past 9 years now, besides that 1 year where we made it to Western Conference Finals a couple years ago and lost to the Warriors. I think if there's a better option out there, move on from him. We need to, and we're also, they brought up a good point. We're also in the salary dump, so there might be some weird moves this year. Personally, I'm not ready to move on from Dame yet, as a Blazers fan. Here's why. Paul George, he's good, but I think Paul George is great. But we have to think about this. Damian Lillard is a star point guard. I think, we could argue he's a top 5. We got Curry, Westbrook, Irving, this off the top of my head. Probably put Lillard at... Actually, I put Lillard at 3 this season, Irving at 4. Trying to think. Curry, Westbrook, Lillard, Irving. Yeah, he's in the top 5. He's in that range. Paul George, he's damn good. He's a god. But Damian Lillard is the franchise point guard, and you need to just kind of build around him. I think if this trade were to happen, I'd be obviously whatever. If we get more value from it along with Paul George, then yeah. I like Damian Lillard as a dude. If he comes out himself and says, "Hey man, if he's just blunt and to the point, I don't want to be here anymore. I want to win." Fair enough. Move on. Take our L's. Get the picks. Get Paul George. We'll be decent, but we're not going to win anything. But personally, I'd rather try and trade CJ. Norman Powell is a good signing, by the way. I like him. And we're tying up money to a bunch of guys like a Rocco, like a Nurk. Nurk's deserving of it. Rocco's a good, and they're all good players. I just don't see us winning with Dame or CJ. I think we could, if we get a second guy that's, maybe like a small forward, if we can somehow give up a huge haul for like a good small forward or sign someone good. I don't really pay attention to free agency classes here. I'd be okay with it, personally. I'd be okay with us getting rid of CJ, and I even though we have Norman Powell, why not, right? If we can get some good value from it, do it. All right. Now, how about this? Bob Baffert or I don't even know the guy's name. It doesn't matter though. Well, it does. but the trainer of Medina Spirit, who has recently won the 2021 Kentucky Derby. All right. Now, Medina Spirit has tested positive for an anti-inflammatory drug, and I want to talk about this guy's a fool. All right. I am not buying into this guy's crap. This is, who I'm trashing for this Trash Talking Tuesday. Shout out Rob Parker. Splenda, sponsor me. And first of all, he might not have been there during this. You never know. Second of all, he's been this isn't really shocking. You could say. I mean, I don't really pay attention to horse racing, but from what I've seen, he's done this multiple times. But the part that's funny to me, in my opinion, this guy goes on to kind of claim that Medina Spirit was it was a cream, which isn't possible apparently, but he blames on cancel. There's a cancel culture knee-jerk reaction. He goes on to say, quote for quote, that on Dan Patrick. Man, this ain't cancel culture. Your horse tested positive for some steroids. I don't know stuff about this horse racing thing, but your horse has tested positive for steroids, dude. That's just it. And you going on to blame or to think and blame your horse, that the horse that you train, you think, logically thinking, that Medina Spirit is gonna go and get this. He said that someone peed with some cough syrup or something, and the horse went to drink it. The horse isn't drinking pee. I'm sorry, dude. This is one of the weirdest cheating scandals I think I've ever heard of. It's just mind-boggling to me how he goes on to say this. Crazy. He just beat off one of his other. He just beat off one of the cheating cases a while ago. So see if you can do it again. The reason I had to talk about this is just because, really, dude, you go this far, man. Obviously, I know you're not going to admit it, but there's better lies out there. This one just seems too weird for me. It's very odd. Now, usually I like to do a bit that we haven't got to do yet, but I'm trying to do, called Ask Emmit.
It's 2 years. It's 2 months. Night heading settings. Get studio layout cloud dashboard empty group.
And
You are
this
currently on empty
is
group
Ask Emmit.
inside of
I'm
web
gonna
content.
leave this around the end of the show, but from when go hit me up on Twitter or Instagram, right? And I'm gonna be tweeting or posting, ask me questions, and you're gonna hit me up with those questions because I want to make this a bit. It can be sports or non-sports related. If you guys want to get my opinion on a story, this is your chance to shoot me some questions here, and hit me up with some questions. Trying to think if there's anything else I want to talk about here now. Eric Fisher. What to the Colts? Cool signing for them. I mean, offensive line is always going to help your team out. And it's just, one of those iffy signings. So this I even have, these that have planned the show, but I want to keep going here. One or two more stories if they come to my mind. Now, this happened Thursday. Juwan James tore his Achilles. I don't know if you saw this, but his team wasn't doing off-season workouts, and he was working out to stay in shape, and he tore his Achilles. And he's not getting paid. Man, it's just such a weird story because I feel like I kind of understand the rule, but I feel like the guy was kind of working anyway, doing off-season workouts, and even though it wasn't on your facility, I think maybe you should still get something, maybe at the full $10 million. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it, but just a weird story. He could lose on 10 mil over just kind of working out. Crazy. Crazy. Yeah, that's gonna wrap up for the Emmit Douglas Show. Make sure to leave a like, comment, sub.
Siri, mute
do
audio,
all that.
display, expand controls. Siri, but volume, audio up, fast play, but
Do all that good
keyboard,
stuff.
launch, mission, display, close button, close button, display, close button, display, close button, display, mission, launch, keyboard back
And-
button, clap, layout, get, set it, head, 19, mag, 2 months, mag, 19, headings, get, layout, clap, get, app, feed, and, alert, editor, Streamlabs OBS, 1.0.6, dismiss, dimmed, editor, alert box, end of, theme, app store, get, clap, layout, get, set it, head, 19, quick, Magnifian, has subscribed, quick nav off, 2, 3, 8, 2, it's 2,
Alright,
2, punks, has subscribed.